Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Can you see me and hear me? I know I'm a little bit early. Hello, hello. Can somebody confirm if you can see me and hear me? Okay, perfect. Thank you. Thank you. All right, let's see what I missed. Our song is Bigger Than by Justin Gesso. I like this one. Let's get a collective message to start. This is literally the one we got yesterday. Interesting. Be clear about where you are putting your focus right now. Focus on your desired outcome. You have everything within to create the life of your dreams. Stop doubting yourself for once. This is your time. We've got you. That's crazy. The same card as yesterday. All right. What does the next few months look like for my husband? It feels like needing to take action on some kind of separating himself from a heavy burden, and restoring balance by switching up something about the environment. This feels like career, like something needing to switch directions, or there's something that he's been carrying for a while that he's going to figure out soon how to put it down, but it's going to require some action on his part to be able to put it down. Do you see my husband and myself living in our home? We live somewhere else together. It feels like you want to go somewhere else, but it feels like you're eventually going to change your mind and not want to go somewhere else. I do see you living in the home together. I feel like it's going to be close to ending up going somewhere else, but you're going to end up staying. It almost feels like a last minute change, but not because of something bad, just like changing your mind after you get a certain amount of steps. I need to turn this light down. It's really bright. Hold on one second. It's way brighter than I anticipated it being. Okay. Will mental health improve? Whatever recently happened or happened in the beginning of your mental health struggles with a relationship is triggering an inner child wound. So it's learning how to reconnect with that part of yourself. It's like someone restole your innocence when it comes to, I just want to say, like having faith in other people. And that's kind of producing this hopelessness. So needing to address the root wound, which is that inner child wound. Will I ever find love? Okay, so you're being protected from love right now because you're a very powerful manifester, and right now there's a shadow that's trying to come forward, like a shadow wound that's trying to come forward, and it's almost like that's what you would manifest, is the opportunity to heal that shadow, or you can heal the shadow and then you'd manifest the healed version of that. It's almost like you already learned that lesson and you don't need to learn it again, that the lesson that would come with that shadow. So needing to heal the shadow wound, and then you'll be able to find love. It's kind of just your guides being like, no, I don't feel like relearning this lesson. We're not going to do that. We don't need to relearn the lesson. So the healing alleviates the need to relearn the lesson. Any messages from your son, Lynn? It almost feels like there's something that you're avoiding because you're not sure how you'll emotionally handle it, but it's something that's healing. It almost like could be something like going into his room or going through his things. It's like something like that. And he's like basically saying it'll be emotionally worth it. It's going to be emotional, but in the motion of healing instead of the emotion of like reliving it. Yeah, letting yourself. It's like that helps you find your way, like back to yourself through the barrier that's kind of been there for a little while between you and yourself. I have become one of your guides. Acknowledge the importance of it's the little things that count. Yeah, it feels like it's like I want to say like going through his stuff or something. There's something that you've been thinking of doing but avoiding. Hall of Fame by The Script and Will I Am. Hall of Fame. I'd be like pictures. It feels like something along those lines. Message from my brother. Earth Angel by the Penguins. You need to let yourself feel your feelings, and you need to let yourself have fun. Like get back to being yourself. Get back to letting yourself be in flow without guilting yourself out of staying in flow. He's also at the same time very proud of you. There's a certain pivot you have recently made, and he's like, yes, that's the right direction. That's the right direction. Don't look backwards. You're not going that way. If we couldn't see eye to eye, misunderstandings and arguments, don't worry, all is forgiven. Sometimes I move things around. Sorry if you find something missing. Oh, there's another song. No, that was it. Medication by The Collection. Was my mom's unaliving intentional or accident? Intentional or accident? It's looking like it was intentional. I got a very strong intentional on the cards, and then I clarified. Looking like it was intentional. Changes by David Bowie is the confirmation song. Oh, and the 10 of Cups came out as well. Charles, a message from Charles. Let yourself take better care of yourself is what I'm hearing audibly. It's like you need to give yourself something to look forward to. Let yourself feel a sense of having something to look forward to. There's something about your goodbye that he wishes he could have done better. Like he wishes he could have maybe expressed more. And there's something that you're in your head about, and he's like, you're seeing it from a worst case scenario perspective, and that's not it. It's like it feels like a misunderstanding or something like that. I send you loving signs through nature, and as a soul I can be in several places at once. I think this is like intro into seeing something from a different perspective, because there's like an earth horse and then that's like a flying horse. So it's like see it from a higher perspective and let yourself free yourself from the holding back of shifting perspective on it. How is my mom? This can be read two totally different ways: if your mom is in heaven and if your mom is on earth. um if your mom is on earth, there's been some kind of like internal positive change or shift, even though it seems to not look like that on the outside. If your mom is in heaven, it's like there's been almost like it may feel like you've stopped feeling her, but it's because there's an like internal shift that's happening that she kind of needs to step back for. So this can be read two totally different ways. Let me get a song though. Just the Way You Are by Billy Joel. So allow things to shift. You're shifting in the right direction. What is my spiritual gift? And do I have a message from my dad? Ain't No Mountain High Enough by Martin Gaye. It feels like you already have like clairaudience, like you already kind of it almost feels like have talked to your dad through it, or have felt like there was signs of it could be your dad. It feels like almost like he's trying to help awaken these things in you more deeply. And there's something recently about making a decision to either back away from someone or shift focus. And he's saying you made the right decision. You'll see kind of proof of the fact that you made the right decision soon. Will my eye heal from surgery? So yes, but there's gonna be some kind of complication or something. Like it could even just be like one extra appointment or something, but there's some kind of hiccup. It feels like it scares you when it happens. It'll work out fine a little bit after that, but it feels like there's some kind of temporary complication, but not complication in the surgery, like almost like a complication with healing on time, I guess you could say. But yes. Is there a message or sign from any past family? That's interesting. California Dreamin' by the Mamas and the Papas. So the message I was getting with the cards was something about career, something about like learning or shifting something for career. There's like a next step forward, but needing to free yourself from what's holding you back from taking that next step forward. Also needing to kind of reconnect with your own inner child, to kind of heal. Like it feels like there's like a residue that needs healing, like healing that's kind of left over and isn't really affecting you, but it's kind of hanging on. Please understand it was my time to go. I am so happy here, carefree with no worries. Is my son's girlfriend the right match for him to marry? So yes, but that doesn't mean that it's always going to be easy. It feels like they're going to have a specific difficulty that really tests it, but it's actually like in that they realize that they work together really well. So it's almost like they need to have a difficulty to see that they like have it good, if that makes sense. But she would be a good match. Do I need to shift focus on other energies? Yes, because there's a better option in the shift. Does my husband Ryan have a message for me? There's something in like rearranging or something that would be beneficial. It's like he's saying you're in this very kind of freeze state energy and needing to create physical shifts so that you can start to feel the internal shifts. He's very proud of you for almost like he's showing me like a bungee cord cutting, not like between you and him, like a bungee cord of something that was keeping you at arm's length from being able to kind of realign with happiness. You finally have started to see yourself as the warrior that you are. I watch over you every day, and I am sorry. Please forgive me. That he's saying has something to do with his leaving. Let me get a song. I Walk the Line by Johnny Cash is the song. What appeared at my bedside in the form of aliens years ago? It feels like a trickster spirit. Not necessarily saying that it's evil, but it feels like a trickster spirit that kind of is somehow intertwined with like your family line, like nothing dangerous per se, but a trickster spirit, almost like setting the stage for something to not make sense later, or to like challenge a belief that you would have later. I don't know how to explain that, but it feels like a trickster spirit. Did we finally find the right medicine for my son? Yes, but there may be like an adjusted dosage, but it looks like you're in the right arena or the right. Yes, yes, but a little bit of a shift in dosage. Will my daughter go to nursing school this August? It looks like she goes, but not in August. Um, it looks like she goes, but not in August, or she decides to pivot in a different direction. But it looks more likely she goes, just not in August. Did the major accident tower moment happen so that God could refocus me so that I wouldn't just crash? Justice. So that you justice, the tower, the emperor, so that you would take your power back. It's more than just refocusing. It's like being more selective with where you place your energy to realize that your energy is your currency. The law of mental equivalent. Use your imagination to create your dreams into reality. So yeah, taking your power back, refocusing, but refocusing in a way that's from like your higher self's perspective, if that makes sense. A message from my daughter Twyla. Oh, 10 of Cups. Please stop being so hard on yourself. Let yourself face the pieces of you that you're scared to face because you feel almost like this subconscious holding on to them because you feel like it's just not right for you to be happy. Like it is right for you to be happy. And also talk to them or talk to her. She hears you. She hears you when you talk to her more than you think. The thing I always say about making a playlist and using that to kind of talk back and forth, I am just a thought away. And the TV and phone glitches when I'm sending you signals. It's almost like she wants a way to open communication with you to help you realize that it's okay to be happy. So kind of letting yourself go in with your thoughts and receive like a shuffled song is a way that she feels like she can do that. Homeward Bound by Simon and Garfunkel. It's like a message of I'm not leaving your side. There's no time where she's at, so she can be with you always. Who is around me I cannot trust? It's almost like it's someone on behalf of someone from the past, or someone who at least has the perception that they have of you because of who they're connected to from the past. My throat is closing as I'm saying this. The person from the past doesn't like the role that they played in your story. So this person is connected to that person in some way. Feels like a past lover. It's connected to a past lover. It's someone who's savvy with their words too. I can't. Can't breathe. Okay, yeah, it's someone that doesn't want you talking about something. That's for sure. What does my son need to do to resolve mental health challenges? Be vulnerable enough to talk to someone about the emotions that he's holding in, which first he needs to kind of admit them to himself, what he's holding in first. There needs to be like a complete change of scenery here for him, like a new routine, a new, like a purpose to devote himself outside of himself. It's like he feels locked in and wants to break free, but then he's scared to break free because he feels like he'll self-destruct. So a purpose to attach himself to that's bigger than him, and allowing himself to be vulnerable enough to have his pain witnessed, like have his wounds witnessed so that he can transmute them. Will my daughter get a college offer for basketball? I'm not necessarily seeing it right now. Not that it's not possible, but I'm not seeing it aligning with the energy of right now. Why am I not being proactive with my investment? Do I suffer from sudden wealth syndrome? So it's this anxiety that you subconsciously place on yourself. Once you're wealthy, you want to take care of the people around you, and then you fear what happens if I start that and I can't. So you're subconsciously, unintentionally self-sabotaging because it's almost like you have this overwhelming fear of letting other people down. So it's almost like, well, if I never get there, then I have nowhere to let them down to, type of thing. Also yourself, letting yourself down. That's kind of where it's stemming from. So just knowing that you have the tools to maintain. Is my deceased husband telling me something? He's trying to help guide you towards certain changes that are needed. It's almost like to be cautious of certain energies around you and how they're impacting you, especially when it comes to your mental health, and allowing those who want to support you to support you. It's almost like if you know you're being very intentional with where your energy is flowing, you'll feel more comfortable to open up, and you're in need to open up, but you're also in need to be cautious about certain energies around you, if that makes sense. The earth is our school of lessons. I'm glad that I got to experience so many wonderful things. I'm with all that have passed before. Start Me Up by the Rolling Stones. I feel like he's trying to be funny with that song for some reason. Okay. Bad with money. Am I going to be able to buy a car soon? Maybe a windfall. Excuse me. You need to change your relationship with money. You're in a cycle of standing in your own way in certain things. It's almost like you need to show yourself how quickly you can manifest money once, and then you get on this like spiral of moving forward. I'm almost feeling there's something online for you that would help you kind of get almost like a plan B fund, like as you work towards your passions. Hold on one second. I have to cough. Somebody that I just read for does not want somebody talking. I forget which one it was. Whichever one I said that for. If I started social media, would it be successful? So with the plan that you have for it right now, it would need to be shifted. More of like a tunnel vision into a more specific niche. And being a little bit more bold. It like from whatever you're planning right now, a little bit more boldness and more narrowness. Then it can succeed. But the plan that you have right now, it almost feels like may get overlooked a little bit, which is why the boldness is kind of needed as well. Can I cut my soul's attachment to my ex-husband? Yes. There's some piece of you that you're still seeing from his perspective. So that is what needs to almost like you're quick to like belittle yourself, I feel like in some way, and that's the hold that he still has on you. Yeah. Two of Cups in reverse, but I also have Eight of Cups. So yes, you can, but like the voice that plays in your head sometimes that's still from his perspective needs to be, think of it like deprogramming it from a computer type of thing. Like that needs to be stopped, and then you'll feel that detachment. One second, I have to change the playlist. Oh, Girl on Fire, Alicia Keys. So yes, you can you can sever the cord. Why have I not felt or heard Dad since I was a child? He passed when I was 10. So I heard another psychic say this, and it's a really good analogy. So they said it's kind of like when someone passes, it's like a car backfiring, right? So at first, there's all that condensed smoke and gas, and then it kind of like goes out over time. So it's not that he's there any less, it's just that it feels less condensed in the energy form. Let's see. It's almost like there are certain periods in time where our loved ones kind of pull back and let us handle it. It feels like that happened at one point, and then from there, you accidentally convinced yourself that you were unable to still get messages and connect in the way that you were before. So it feels like just kind of needing to give yourself a tool so that you can trust what you're receiving, which again, you can use music, you can use tarot, you can use like just kind of channeled writing, stream of consciousness writing. It's there. It's just you need to kind of jumpstart it so that you can remember how to communicate. Not how to communicate, but so that you can kind of weave through what are thoughts and what are channeled communications. I always give you a kiss goodnight, and I will always point you in the right direction. Over the Rainbow by Israel Kamakawi. Is my partner mentally not healthy or negative energy? Feels like there's a mother wound that's being triggered. Feels like there's like a disconnection with knowing who he is. It's almost like a bit of I don't want to say like identity crisis, but like panicking because I don't feel like I know who I am, and I don't know who I am because I've been avoiding a mother wound. I wouldn't say necessarily negative energy, but like more wounded energy, like wounded energy that I don't know how to process type thing. But like also don't want anybody to know that there's wounded energy that I don't know how to process. So kind of in a state of running from it, I guess you'd say. Does my dad have a message for my mom? I looked at the music right away and I was like, what is this song about to be? Eternal Flame by the Bengals. That's the song. There's certain ways that he wishes he could have been better, been present more, or said more, or given more depth. Just because she deserves the world. He's proud of her for continuing to just keep turning the pages, is what he's saying. Turning the pages. I don't know if she likes to read or something. He likes it when he can see the light coming back in her eyes. Like he feels good in those moments. And she's a better mother than she gives herself credit for. I am here helping you. Don't let the past hold you back and block you from future endeavors. It's referencing the mountain on there, like climbing the mountain. It feels like she's climbing the mountain, but she has the strength to. Oh, told you. Fire and Rain by James Taylor is the next song. And Brave by Sarah Bareilles when I changed it. To let herself be strong, let herself feel okay. It's like she feels okay and then she kind of scares herself. Let herself feel okay. Are my health issues mental or physical? It feels like there was like kind of a long-standing physical thing that was kind of living beneath the surface type, like not really affecting you, but kind of affecting you. And it almost feels like mental tried to get your attention to it because it wasn't really getting your attention, if that makes sense. So I guess kind of connected. Oh yeah, connected and two opposing forces working together. So mind and body connected. So I guess it started physical and then mental tried to get you to realize there was a physical. So usually when that happens, if you heal one, you heal both. So I guess you'd say connect. Is he my soulmate or is he my friend? You two have karma together. Like you are meant to teach one another really important lessons. But it feels like it's going to be more of a painful realization or a painful lesson, but it's going to be a lesson that pushes you in the right direction. Spirit guides, who are they and do they try to let me know they are around? It's like you accidentally catch yourself talking to them sometimes, and then you end up getting answers in your day to day, but you kind of dismiss it because it's almost like you don't feel all the way important enough for them to be dedicating that much time to you. It's like needing to kind of realize that they're there all the time whenever you need and starting to ask for signs that you'll then look for. So like, show me this, or I would like to experience this. Kind of like put things out there and let them show you how they've been communicating. But yes, they're there. The song is Stop Me by Christian Grey. Yeah, like you can't, it's like, who's going to stop me? They're there all the time. My sister has fallen out with me over my dad's decision. Will she make amends with me? Do I stand my ground or let? The situation needs to cool down for sure. It's not like a right now thing. Right now, it feels like stand your ground, but not like not seeking to stand your ground. Like if it's a situation where you have to stand your ground in the moment, then stand your ground. But if it's going to require you to reach out to stand your ground, hold back. It looks like she needs a minute. Yeah, eventually things will turn, but she needs a minute. Not right now. Is my dad okay? Any message from him? Yes, and he feels like you haven't been talking to him as much recently. That's not like bad you. It's just like he feels almost like you need him right now and he's there for you. He just kind of needs you to um, find ways that help you feel more connected to him because he's there for you. There's some big change that you just had or that you're about to have where you're kind of walking away from something or making a big shift and you're nervous about it. And he's been trying to give you signs that you're heading in the right direction. You're walking back into balance. Oh, pay attention to synchronicities. Maybe that's the signs that he's giving you. You have sensed me when you felt a light breeze. Humble and Kind by Tim McGraw. Yeah, it's like you're about to have something good happen after you make or go forward with whatever decision it is. Will I find love in 2024 and will my daughter approve of him? Not in 2024, and it feels like the first person that you do find, it feels like 2025 though, but it feels like it takes a little bit to build up to being around your daughter and when it does come in. Um, it looks like it's coming. It's just not as soon as you may want it to. Will I be okay alone? Yes, I feel like you actually have more peace alone. Your thoughts are able to kind of calm down. No, it's not letting me click that. Oh, there we go. Is there any advice for me on how to be brave enough to end my current relationship? Imagine yourself being right where you are right now in 6 years, 10 years, because the situation is not going to change. It's not going to get to where you feel like every single card that could be in reverse is in reverse. King of Cups in reverse, the Emperor in reverse, Ten of Pentacles in reverse, Six of Swords in reverse, Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Like every opportunity that you've given to get on the same page hasn't been met with any effort. So it feels like the advice is imagine yourself being in this same energy in 5 to 10 years. And is that something that you're willing to accept for yourself? Will I get to see my grandchildren again? It feels like it's going to be a while. Someone is dealing with something that's keeping them in a state of not wanting to face things head on. I do see the possibility for reunion, but it would be a bit away. Let's see if I got. Is my dad watching over me? Has he sent me a sign? It feels like you kind of see the clock at a certain time, or you see repeating signs all the time. And it's in combination with something. It's like he's using either music to communicate, or like when you see a sign and you hear like a passing by conversation, it's like he's using something repetitive to try and get your attention, to give you a verbal sign. Stuck in the Middle with You by Steelers Wheel is the song. I Had to Leave That Way. Ladybugs, I'm sending you good luck and fortune. It feels like something like some kind of symbol or sign like that that's repetitive. It doesn't feel like numbers. It feels like something you see often. Okay, Gavin is just pulling up, so give me 5 minutes. I'll be right back, guys. Oh my gosh, I'm muted. No. What did I just say? Crap. What one did I just have up? Oh no, I'm so sorry. The one that I just had up. No, he did not suffer a lot. It was like a burst of drama, like a health thing that was like a burst. Thank you so much for letting me know. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I was on mute. Like a burst of something health related and then the accident. There wasn't a lot of prolonged suffering. It was more like a moment of confusion. And then I got bridge over troubled water and believe in yourself, you can do it. Sorry about that. Oh my goodness. I totally forgot I muted it. Thank you for letting me know, Samantha. My brother and dad, do they help me? Yes, but not in the way that you necessarily would like them to help you. It's kind of like they give you tough lessons of what needs to be healed by helping alerting you of any like imbalances or things that need to be changed or shifted or not going right. So it's like kind of this revolving door of wanting the best for you and trying to get you to see that as well. I feel happy and healthy, and I am not dead. So they're still there with you. My Girl by the Temptations is the song. Is there a key from my husband's mom or dad for him? The key is realigning with the version of him before he felt, I almost want to say, the sense of like never ending loss. It's like being able to see through the eyes of almost like his inner teen, like what drove him and what ignited him then. It's like seeing things from that perspective and bringing some of that energy into his life to help himself kind of get out of his head as well. They've been there, he's felt them. If my passing has been difficult, I'm sending you joy and adaptability. Piano Man by Billy Joel is the song. I'm going to do about 10 more minutes and then I have to hop off and get his dinner. Oh, let me change this. Okay. Do you have anything with your heart going on? Unfortunately, it looks like I'd err on the side of caution and look into that. It does feel like there's something awry, something going on. It does look like there's some kind of solution or like maintaining or healing, but it looks like needing to look into it. Do I need to prepare to move? Yes, but not as quickly as you think. So it's not like a rush to prepare, but eventually it's going to be, but just not as quickly as you think. Will I find a better remote job soon? Don't be afraid to apply for things that feel a little bit outside of your comfort zone. Not as soon as you'd like. Not that much longer than as soon as you'd like. I almost want to say like a month and a half. But don't hold yourself back from applying that thing for things that feel a little outside of your comfort zone in terms of like responsibility or title or something. It almost feels like you end up getting lucky and you're like, oh crap, I didn't think I'd get that type of thing. Oh, I did that one. Any advice on a new path? Start by cutting away whatever you don't want to be repeating in that new path. It's not so much pushing forward right now. It's cutting away what doesn't need to come with you, and finding something that kind of makes you feel like knighted again. It's almost like you feel intellectually bored by your current reality. So finding what makes you feel intellectually stimulated. How is my health? There's some kind of imbalance, but it's not catastrophic. There's like action needed to correct some kind of imbalance. And then once you get back in flow, everything is fine. But the imbalance, if not corrected, could lead to like almost like a bigger imbalance or like a blocked energy type thing. So needing to take action to correct something so that it keeps going in a positive direction. What does my youngest son need to do to astral project? It almost feels like starting with practicing remote viewing allows him to align with feeling confident to astral project. It's like part of his consciousness is in the state of like, what if I go and something happens and I'm not in control of it almost? So like remote viewing would be daytime, like daytime type sight. So it feels like focusing on that will allow him to open up in that way. It's like when his mind doors, I guess you'd say. Does my ex-husband feel guilty for leaving me? He's not honest with himself. He feels stupid for leaving you. I don't know if necessarily guilt has that in because he's in this state of like avoidance. He feels like he made a lot of wrong decisions leading to an even worse decision, but is trying to avoid guilt because it's like guilt puts pressure on him and he doesn't want the pressure on himself. So he's avoiding guilt by avoiding emotional attachment to it. But he does feel stupid and like he made the wrong decision. Will I find a new job? Yes, there's like a cycle that needs to be broken out of, or what you've applied for so far is not that job. So either needing to break out of a cycle, which could be like a money wound, or it could just be like the type of jobs, like pivoting in a different direction. But yes, you will. Will I get a full-time job soon and get out of feeling stuck? Yes, there's like an option that's available for you that you're not seeing. So that's either someone to connect you with the right job, or like a different method of applying, or different jobs you're applying for. There's something for you, but it's not what you're looking at right now, but you are putting down a heavy burden soon. So it's going to happen. Just there needs to be some kind of pivot. I almost want to say there's someone you can talk to that you didn't know could hook you up with a job. Or like changing the way you're applying. I'm going to do 2 more and then I have to hop off, guys. For Dahlia Jackson, yeah, where's I don't see the comment. No, that's not it. I don't see the comment for that one. Will I ever be pain-free? I have it 24/7. Pain-free, not all the way, but manageable, yes. It almost feels like almost like trapped energy in the body, or needing to do something like outside of the box type of thing. Not like anything dangerous, like going to like an outside of the box type of practitioner, or like different methods of healing than you've already tried. It looks like it becomes manageable, but not pain-free. It's like something that you'll have to kind of still deal with at some level. Have my roommates been underpaying me for the bills? Not drastically, but it's like holding back wherever possible. Will my niece be out of pain? The sun. It's going to take a little bit more time. And like trying something else. I almost want to say this is kind of similar to the other cards. It's like stepping outside of the box here with some like deeper expression. Deeper expression is tied to it. So it's almost like a spiritual, emotional wound that is kind of manifesting physically in some regard. So kind of working on getting any stagnant energy moving, like taking up space, letting herself feel, and then trying some kind of like outside of the box, different type of healing. I almost feel like a literal massage would actually kind of jumpstart that, if that's like a possibility. Going to do one more. Am I on the right path? Feeling lost. Sorry for everyone I don't get to. It's really hard for me to read these comments on the screen. There's like a lot. So I'm trying my best to get to everyone as much as possible. I am going to also be on tomorrow for a little while. You have the right tools, but you're not using them in all the right way. It almost feels like needing to, I almost want to say network or expand or like kind of take steps to where others could come in and support you, but having to kind of show the purpose behind what you're trying to bring into the world or trying to create. It's like needing to kind of align with your soul tribe so that you can be taken to the next step, if that makes sense. So you have the right tools, but there needs to be a pivot. Okay, last one. Am I supposed to use my abilities with others or just for my own use? You're meant to fully convince yourself by using them for yourself and those closest to you before you start to venture out. It's almost like start very slow. Not that you're not supposed to use them for others, but it's needing to fully see proof of them for yourself. Not that you need the proof for anyone other than yourself, like needing to prove it to yourself before. It feels like you don't want anyone to feel abandoned if you form that connection and don't get them the absolute answers they need. So that's what that convincing yourself kind of is about. So taking it slow. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for coming. Hold on one second. My throat is closing. I'm going to hop on tomorrow during the day while Gavin's at school. Probably about like 9 or 10 a.m. And then Wednesday is surgery, so I'll be off for a little bit. Thank you everyone so much for coming. I'm sorry to everyone that I didn't get to. I appreciate all of the super chats and everything. Try to get to as many people as possible. Have a good night.